Well, today's 5 on 5 guest is Senator Jeff Merkley. Senator, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's great to
be with you.
Yeah, pleasure to be able to talk to you. So earlier today, you made an announcement where you're pushing for a new suicide prevention hotline geared towards veterans. Can you talk to me about why that decision was made?
Well, yes, an Oregon organization, Lines for Life, is a major operator of this veterans suicide hotline, and the number of calls that have been coming to them have been expanding exponentially. They're playing a very important role. But unfortunately, for veterans to reach them, they have had to go through one 800 number, hear that they have to dial another 800 number and call back. And that makes no sense at all for someone in a moment of crisis to be able to do that. And so a local veteran, Dan Davis, came to me in March and talked about the need for us to change this. And I talked to the Veterans Administration. They acknowledged that they had a problem, that they'd heard about it elsewhere, and were working to change it. And White City is going to become one of the first places in the nation to adopt a new Option 7, so you don't have to hang up. Option 7 protocol, so you call the first 800 number, you can press the number 7, and it will put you straight through to Oregon Lines for Life.
Very good. Could be life-changing, new
Absolutely.
hotline. Yeah.
You want to make it easy for people to reach help when they're in a moment of crisis. And our veterans have gone through so much, suffering the visible wounds of war and the invisible wounds of war. They come home often with PTSD, traumatic brain injury, depression. Big challenge coming home from the battlefield for all sorts of reasons. We need to make help easily accessible.
Very good. Let's change gears a little bit to Decision 2016. I know that you are currently the only sitting Democratic senator who has endorsed Senator Bernie Sanders. What would you like to see him do in order to defeat Hillary Clinton?
Well, we're coming up to the last set of primaries next Tuesday, and it's so important that everyone in the country has the opportunity to weigh in. I endorse Bernie Sanders because he's been extremely effective as a legislator. Contrary to some of the reports that you might have heard nationally, he has been very effective in his role in helping veterans, for one, and advancing the health care system for another. In fact, in the House, he was known as the king of amendments. He passed more amendments than any of the other 435 House members. But the point is that he's taking on passionately and clearly the big issues facing America: living wage jobs, the role of cash from billionaires corrupting our campaign system, the need to pivot quickly off of fossil fuels to save our planet from global warming. His clear, determined vision is one that I think America really needs to hear.
Very good. Thank you, Senator. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more 5 on 5. Welcome back to 5 on 5. We're joined still by Senator Jeff Merkley. We were talking about your endorsement of Senator Bernie Sanders before we went to the break. If he doesn't win the nomination, would you like to see him on a ticket with Hillary? Would you support that?
Well, certainly I would support that. Let's get through the primaries and see where the dust clears. When we have all of the primaries in, we're going to have someone who has the majority of the pledged delegates. Right now, it's a real uphill climb for Bernie Sanders to reach that. He'd have to win about 80% of the vote in the final group. But when we have that result, we have to come together. We have to come together in unity. We have to make sure that Donald Trump, who is a self-promoting charlatan, he's only advanced himself and his brand through his whole life, and now he's posing as a champion for working people. He has never woken up one day in his lifetime thinking about how to help working people until he runs for president. That's not the individual that we need at the helm of the United States of America. We need to make sure we come together in a unified fashion as a party.
Very good. One last question before we go. I know this TSCA bill is new, and it's all about learning more about toxic chemicals in our households. Can you talk to me about what's going on and the importance of it?
Yes, this is so important. We have had no national law that has been effectively working to limit toxic chemicals in everyday household products. So in this tabletop, in the foam, in the cushion you're sitting on, each time you sit on a cushion, a flume of dust laden with cancer-causing flame retardants comes out. Think of your children on the carpet, and not your children specifically, but all of our children. Our children crawling on the carpet, and it has cancer-causing chemicals in it. So we finally are on the verge of a bill that will enable us to regulate and get rid of the toxic items the toxic chemicals out of our everyday products. And so this would be a huge improvement for America. Most Americans assume we have that. We don't. So let's get it done. It has passed the Senate, it has passed the House, it's gone through conference, the conference report has been approved by the House, and now the Senate needs to vote. And we're prepared to vote on Thursday, and a single senator block consideration. Hopefully when we return from our in-state work period, we'll be able to get it passed, because for a quarter century there has been no regulation of these toxic chemicals, and that has done a lot of damage to the health of Americans.
Very good. Thank you so much for your time,
You're
Senator.
welcome.
Always
Pleasure
a
to
pleasure
be with
chat
you.
with you. We'll be right back after this break.